And so you have to ask, well, how did they power this? How did they power the province? Well, one of the things they did, very exciting, they got all their battery packs to work. Okay, battery packs, wow! Battery packs were put into action, providing 79 megawatts. And by the way, you can power about 500 homes with a megawatt, so that's like 40,000 homes. It looks pretty good for about 10 minutes. And that's the big problem with using batteries to back up solid, dependable energy sources, or in this case, wind and solar, which are not dependable, is that you drain the battery just boom, like that, okay? I have at home, my daughter bought a big lithium battery, a massive battery, and when I plug in the space heater, it drains it just overnight. And I don't know if you've seen the range decrease of electric vehicles when you drive them with the heater on. They're saying in this kind of weather like today, if you use your heater, you're going to get a 41% reduction in mileage, okay? Because, of course, they drain the batteries really quickly. So here you see energy storage. 190 megawatts was the potential, and that would include batteries plus probably some pump storage. And this is the amount they were getting, but they had zero reserve, okay? None. But what it doesn't show, of course, is that it was only for 10 minutes. So what they did, unfortunately, is they spent a lot of money building up, as you can see here, 4,481 megawatts of wind, 1,650 megawatts of solar, and that sounds really great. That's just the potential as to what they could generate if they were working. But they weren't. And you can see wind, for example, all those wind turbines, you add it all up, they were giving 129 megawatts out of a potential over 4,000. Okay, so way less than 1% of their potential output. And of course, being 5:08 p.m. solar was giving you nothing. So what Alberta did, and this is a big warning to Ottawa, is they, instead of building more natural gas and coal stations, they built huge amounts of wind and solar power, which didn't help them at all. And so Saskatchewan Power stepped in, and they provided 153 megawatts. They did get a little bit from the northern United States as well. And so even though their reserves dropped to zero, they didn't get rotating blackouts. There were some blackouts in some places because of equipment failure, but generally speaking, they didn't have blackouts. And it was because other people rescued them, because of their stupid decisions to try to run the province on wind and solar. And as Scott Moe said, and by the way, the CBC reported the first part of this, but they didn't report the second part of his tweet. I'd like to read that. The power was coming from natural gas and coal from Saskatchewan. And he says, the ones that Trudeau government is telling us to shut down, which we won't. Okay, so that's actually one of the main reasons that you're seeing this fight going on between Alberta, Saskatchewan, and the federal government, is because they want them to shut down the power that they actually needed when, of course, it was very cold. So that's the answer as to why we have to be concerned, because what is Ottawa planning to do? Oh, they're going to build lots and lots of wind turbines.